It's a new year. New coaches have taken over successful programs at New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Nicholls State has their title coach back for another title shot. The high schools are geared up and ready to go. So are we. Sports on the Bayou is back. Our very own Cajun Cannon Bobby Hebert, well, he's offering in-depth analysis and game strategies. Former Pro Bowler Rich Marty brings his candid talk back for another year. Mike Detillier will offer his great insight to the sports news each and every week. This year, the vivacious Debbie Cox DeNova will have her own segment, Good Vibes. Our high school expert, Stan Gravois, will be on hand to discuss high school standings. The thumper, Harry McCullough, will focus on Nicholls State's season. The infamous Dr. Pat Hagan is back, and he'll get to ask his question each and every show. This year, our naming sponsors will be a part of the show. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. St. Martin & Bourke, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Some perennial corporate sponsors are also on hand. They are South Louisiana Bank, IE, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality, BioPure, and BCG Services. This year, I'll assume a new role. I'll be a chief referee who will make sure that everyone gets equal time.
Yeah, right.
Now from the Eugene and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, it's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Marty. Got a lot to talk about this week, and we'll be back with all that info right after these messages.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sports on the Bayou.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin & Bourke has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
Sports on the Bayou's corporate sponsors are South Louisiana Bank, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, BioPure, along with BCG Services. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. When you're a bad team, you find ways to lose. And the Saints found a way to lose. Okay, you couldn't ask your defense to play any better than what they did Sunday against the 49ers.
13 points, you got to win.
Come on, you got to win, but you can't turn the ball over twice. Twice in the end zone, you get a football, hit a guy in the helmet. Olave once, Juwan Johnson once.
How about you catch the ball, huh?
And again, nothing seemed to work. You get a first and goal from the 4-yard line, 4 passes, then complete a 1, and you walk away with 0.
Oh, just run Taysom Hill or just do running plays. But I'm telling you, Pete Carmichael's thinking, I don't know our offensive line against them, considering Mike, number 1 rush defense, number 1 per carry, yards per carry, all of that. That's why I think they wanted to try and trick him. But we couldn't even do that. We couldn't even do that right.
Throw it downfield. You got to have somebody. Where's our tight ends again? We can't throw it downfield.
I'm going to tell y'all something that this will definitely tell you. Dennis Allen, he got to go. I'm telling you that I still think you got to let itself play itself out and see what's going to happen. But you could be one and done. And then, okay, let me put in my program 2 or 3 years. That don't happen. 6, 7, 8 coaches get fired every year in the NFL, and we already lost 2. This caught my attention. Mike, you know, I talked to you about this. Dennis Allen has been a head coach now for 48 games. Wouldn't you say that's a big sample size? Do you know only once has Dennis Allen's teams won back-to-back games? What? And that was way back in 2012 with the Raiders when they beat the Jaguars and the Chiefs in consecutive weeks. In other words, you know, it's all like a game of streaks. You got to win 3 or 4 in a row.
And he's never won 3 in a row.
Mike, no, he won 2 one time. So that right there in 48 games, that says not only you're not sniffing 500, you're going to be below 500 when all said and done.
Guys, I'll be honest with you, and I told you this last night. I don't think this team has hit rock bottom yet.
Oh, that ain't good.
No, wait. They're out.
It'll be like
hit rock bottom.
We used to say like Saints on the Bayou. We're going to have to go back like Saints in the Bayou.
They on. They'll start letting go pretty soon. Yeah. Some of these guys
won't be much longer.
Yeah, I hate to say that.
All right, we'll go to the highlights early on. Alvin Kamara, and the ball gets stripped from him. Okay, he's only fumbled twice, and then 4 times in one season and twice against the 49ers. This pass went incomplete. They go for the field goal and get it, so the 49ers are up on the board here. And then Garoppolo drives them back downfield. All the attention on everybody else, and who comes up with the catch? Jennings.
Talk about bad luck. Honey Badger's there. He doesn't bat it away like he tips it and they catch it.
They should only got 3 points here. The penalty at a bad time, they had him stopped.
Then Garoppolo throws this one, gets the first down to Ayuk. And again, now you got a 10-0 lead, and then they make it 13-0. And you say, man, the Saints are in this, but not really in it. Andy Dalton throws it downfield. You get a completion.
To Chris Olave.
To Chris Olave. And they moving the football. Then I don't know what the hell was that, Bob.
He didn't get the laces. I'm telling you, if you look at the replay, he's trying to get the ball, and he just throws it out there. Then you can't do that. That was a cluster, you know what.
And then Taysom throws it downfield. The ball gets knocked down from Juwan Johnson.
I don't know. We don't make any contested catches.
And then here's the real killer here. The ball gets now. Look, Juwan Johnson has his hands on it. It bounced around 2 Saints players.
Cesar Ruiz
who comes
twice,
up with it? The 49ers.
You gotta
End
hold
of
on
story.
to the ball.
Okay, look, a Bulls is offside. You got to call that. Bottom line is, but when you're a bad team, you're not going to get any calls. Oh, sorry, I'm not. I got official in the audience, but listen, if you're a bad team,
no, he knows it as well as anybody.
No, the teams that are rolling, they get the breaks, and it seems like the bad teams don't get the breaks with the calls.
That's the way it works in the NFL.
And we still not real sure what's a catch and what's not a catch. You watch that play
with Chris Olave,
and you say, okay. They're trying to explain the rules, but it sort of changes week to week. And last night, there was one, to me, that they ruled the catch. That to me, that looked like Olave's catch.
But my understanding, what they said, okay, he caught the ball, and he's going 1, 2, and then they called the third step a football move. Then he kind of tripped. So they didn't count that as a football move. Now, if he went 1, 2, 3, and then the ground calls the fumble as a completion. That's way too complicated. Don't we all know what's a catch? Okay, he caught the ball, and if he was tagged, and then he's down there, or the ground can't cause a fumble, whatever. But I mean, to be like 1, 2, 3, that's way.
Well, you could be.
Why you want to make things so complicated?
You could be drunk and take 1 step. It looks like a football move. But you know what's really concerning? When in the interview last night with Dennis Allen, he said, "I don't know what a catch is."
No,
that's a scary comment to make from a head coach in the NFL. There's no definition.
And he might get fined. He might get fined.
He might.
Because that was a dig at the officials.
Yeah,
of course it was.
That was a big dig at the officials on that particular deal. But again, they're making things way too complicated.
Hey, but I'm telling you, it's not good night, Irene, yet. Monday night, because the NFC South is the NFC down. It's so sorry. I think 7 and 10 is going to win the division. So we got to wait and see.
8 wins are going to win it.
Yeah, 7 or 8 wins might win it. Yeah.
We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, Sports on the Bayou will go in the audience and introduce the naming sponsors and the guests that have come for this week's show. It's all right after the break.
I'm Chris St. Martin. Many of us know what it means to have roots here on the Bayou. I'm no different. My family has been here for generations. Likewise, the firm of St. Martin and Bourke has been helping the injured in this region for almost 50 years. We're honored to serve the people of South Louisiana and the Bayou region. Remember, if you've been hurt in an accident and you want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today to schedule your free consultation.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you.
All right, Erica did so good a few weeks ago. She's going to be like a perennial now. She's up here, right? Right, Erica?
I think
She's going to have a media career.
I'm expecting a
I might be able to
paycheck
sit
for
down and eat a meal and watch y'all.
Boy, we're
in a
going to
couple
cut your hours on this damn show.
Thank you.
man.
I appreciate that, Rick. I've been looking for that for years. All right, Dawn, with South Louisiana Bank, can you get this crowd going a little bit? Come on, stand up, Dawn.
Okay, Dawn.
Get him going.
Dawn,
Give me a little clap. Bobby, help her out.
Okay, okay, do y'all want to go?
All right,
Good,
here we go. We're going to start announcing
Kevin,
naming sponsors.
All right, we have Alford and Associates.
Priscilla in her game. Priscilla, wave to the crowd. There you go. All right, let's
We
keep on coming.
have St. Martin and Bourke.
Look at Bayou Cane Fire Department in the house today.
Yeah, sit down, man.
All right.
We have Rouse's Supermarket.
Look at Rouse's over here.
You got to always pick the Saints.
Man, look,
Rouse.
Bobby Arsenault and his entourage over there. All right.
We have the talent table with the most talented person.
That's Harry. That's a good move, Harry.
All right.
You made us
How
look
much
good.
you paid her to
Wait,
say
wait,
that?
hold on real quick.
Harry.
All right, we got it. All right, keep going.
We have South Louisiana Bank.
All right, South Louisiana Bank in the house. Good deal.
We have Terrebonne General Health Systems.
Woo, full table. Boy, Stan's got a good piece today, Bobby.
Hey, Stan's the man. I want to bring that back.
All
We
right.
have Nichols Coach Rebo with Barker Honda.
Yeah. We got the mayor. Hey, look, we got Coach Carlos saying at Edie White. He's going to be Harry's guest. Hey, Coach Rebo's going to be up there with y'all today.
We're going to need all the
All
help we can get.
I tell you what, good crew today.
We got Bayou Pure and BCG Services.
Harvey got so many contacts. He brings everybody. But God, dog, he brought Bob Seeger back for another round. Here, Bob Seeger, good to see you.
Sing me a
Down
song.
on Main Street, babe.
We
All right.
have
Down on
Terrebonne
Main
Parish
Street.
Consolidated Government.
All right, got Mike and his crew over there.
Mike.
Yes, they're doing good in the corner.
We
Keep on
got
rolling.
GIS in the port.
Wave your hand, GIS. There you go.
We
Mr. Jack and
That's
his
old
crew.
school GIS.
Our special guests, the retired coach table.
Oh, yeah, the legends are here again. There you go. They
We're
always
kind of
here.
petering out. Come on.
Come on, keep it going,
We
Bobby.
have the Terrebonne Parish School District.
All right, Terrebonne Parish School District. This is something Rich doesn't know anything about.
No.
We got TITA and CIS.
All right, and Cohen's bringing his bosses again. The Garcias are here. Tammy, y'all got a good table. Tammy, can you get that clapping going? Come on, keep going. High in there. There you go.
Tammy
And
got it
last
going.
but not least, we got Mom's Table.
Got all my mom's friends. They are in there enjoying themselves. Mama's getting better. She looks.
Hey,
it's getting
she
close.
is showing up when Santa Claus shows up.
That's
I
right.
got the inside scoop.
There you go.
Miss
It's a good
Lorraine
deal.
is showing up when Santa Claus shows up.
I didn't know you had ties to Santa Claus, but that's good
let
to
me
know.
tell you, Martin, I know more than you think.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Look, Dr. Pat's in the house. Dr. Pat, good. Way to walk right in front of my shot. That's no problem.
Hey.
I got limited time here.
Dr. Pat, you paid for that advertisement.
Hey, why are you asking all the
Now, look,
questions? Come on.
I got 40 seconds left, but I got to tell you, there's only one game really left. And that's the Edie White Cardinals are going to Lafayette to kick some butt on Friday. And Coach, hey, Harry's going to talk to me. He's got a good program going at Edie White. That's all I can say. coming from a Vanderbilt guy. He's got a great program at EDU.
We can't hate on Tulane.
No.
Come on.
No, Tulane.
I don't know. Coach Fritz might end up at Georgia Tech. I don't know.
I keep forgetting about Tulane. We have them on the picks this week.
Yeah. Because
we're not going to bring up cell phone since.
No, we don't.
Hey, like my dad would always say, the day I cheer for Tulane, I'm cheering for the Russians.
Right. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. Great job, Aaron.
We don't know what's going on now with Russia. That's
Coming up on Sports on the Bayou, we'll talk LSU football. We'll break down the highlights and analysis of this week's game and the upcoming game. You won't want to miss it. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sports on the Bayou.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
At Barker Honda, we have the aggressive all-new Honda Ridgeline. Ridgeline has class-leading cab space, easy folding seats for storage, standard all-wheel drive, versatile tailgate, automatic in-bed lighting, plywood lies flat in the truck bed, large rear storage for work, ice chest with drain, or whatever. And remember, it's better at Barker.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys, you could almost kind of feel this wave coming, so to speak. Texas A&M beats LSU 38-23. Texas A&M really played 2 games all year long. They took Alabama to the final play and lost in Tuscaloosa, and they beat LSU. But they still trying to tackle Devin Achane.
He's still running.
Man, he was unbelievable. That morning I told this to Bob, I'm doing Texas A&M football radio. So before I go on, I said, listen, is Achane playing? And the guy was, we don't think so. Man, if he wasn't 100%, I'd hate to see him if he really was. Well, he was unbelievable. And Musa Muhammad's son, Moose.
He made some catches. He's a real deal.
He's a real deal. Well, let me tell you about Achane. How can you not 2 chains, but Achane. How can you not love that? He rushed for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, a career high 38 carries. That's like old school Earl Campbell and all. What? If you anything over 30 carries this day and age, so just working Achane and LSU couldn't stop him. No. They didn't have an – it's an NFL running back. Texas A&M has not done well, to say the least, this year, but not because of Achane. Achane is an NFL stud.
Immediately after the game, 4 guys from the Texas A&M team went into the transfer portal. They say, man, this is a losing program. We out of here. We out. And that's just – within the first 24 hours.
Well, they don't know if Jimbo's going to be there or not. Whether
well,
they write
I think they know Jimbo's going to be there,
but
they don't think they can win.
Yeah.
They don't think they can win.
Well, it just goes to show you that as a coach, like, if you think about this, how would you like the situation when you recruit and you get a player and then he's gone? This is like
after you paid him.
The best team money could buy.
Right. The thing is, it's free agency. It's free agency at the college level.
No cap.
I know Coach Rebo looks at, come on, Lester, we got to keep our main players.
We're going to go to the highlights here of the A&M LSU
Coach Rebo with his $1 million budget.
And then here's Achane, one of his early runs, 10 yards for a touchdown. Listen, he ain't the biggest guy in the world. But, boy, you don't get a good shot at him. And talking about don't get a good shot at him, Jalen Daniels, again, he did everything he could. try to put that team on his back, but that costly fumble really hurt.
Fumble, that was
really
like
hurt
a Kamara
LSU.
fumble.
Then John Emery gets in for the score. And listen, I get the freshman quarterback credit. He hooks up here with Moose.
He's their quarterback. Coming out of high school, I thought he was very poised.
Then Daniels hits Keyshawn Boutte here for 22 yards. First down, sets up Damian Ramos field goal. So, okay, you're in here. It's 10-10. But, man, you know who it is. Devin A-Chain.
A-Chain, not 2-Chain, but A-Chain.
When do we ever get outrun at LSU in the backfield?
And to the perimeter.
Yeah,
I mean
outside. That's unusual.
And he was breaking tackles. Man, got great leg drive to get in there. And then it sets up. They getting chased, and he throws this up. That was a beautifully designed play.
Hung in there last second and made a great throw.
Then Daniels back to pass. Takes off with it like he normally does. And again, almost effortlessly gets downfield. Then up the field, touchdown, John Emery Jr. Didn't fumble this game.
John Emery can make explosive plays. The only thing, you got to protect the football.
But this was the killer.
This is the killer right here. It's 17-17. LSU
you had a little momentum going your way.
They never recovered from that point.
And then, guess who? Well, okay, you know, if you can figure it out. I mean, they just charred him up. But then again, the kid makes the throw down. Look up Muhammad. One-handed catch. Man, I saw his dad do that for a long time with the Panthers. And then again, throws up another one. One-handed. Makes the catch. A defender right there.
Yak yards after that one.
He was like beast mode receiver.
And then again, A-Chain hits the corner. Touchdown. And, again, Daniels trying to get him back in the game, feeling a lot of pressure. But he gets it up the field. Gets it down to the 3-yard line. And again, the score by John Emery Jr., but not enough. 38-23, Texas A&M with a big win. They rushed the field, a 5-win football team.
Yeah, so why are you rushing the field?
I mean, I don't get that.
Because young kids want to do so. They want to be like, okay, I'm in college. I want to have fun. We had a big win. Let's rush the field. It doesn't matter who you beat. You just want to be part of it. But let me tell you, and I don't want his family to hate me, Kyron Lacey. Okay, I thought from the beginning, from Thibodeau High School.
Yep.
I'm telling you what, the junior wide receiver, a UL transfer, he made his first start of his LSU career, and he kind of wee-weed in the bed. I'm just telling you. Now, he had 18 receptions, 160 yards the first 11 games of the season. He had one catch for 8 yards, targeted 3 times. Mike, at the beginning,
the two drops on third down.
It's like the Saints, catch the ball. Okay?
He tried to run with it before he caught it.
I'm going to tell like it is.
That's true. That was critical because you could have converted 2 third-down plays. They were easy throws, easy catches. Lacey didn't come up with it.
Wait, it wasn't that cool. When he got this neck roll and covering his face, and all, what was that? You're not playing in Buffalo. I mean, come on. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old curmudgeon.
Now LSU faces the real test. 17.5-point underdogs against the Georgia Bulldogs. We'll talk about that next week, but we'll have a lot more here on Sports on the Bayou.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sports on the Bayou.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
Sports on the Bayou's corporate sponsors are South Louisiana Bank, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, BioPure along with BCG Services. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Normally this would be our Good Vibes segment with Debbie, but she's a little bit under the weather, so we wish her well, and she'll be back next week. We have with us now the head football coach at Nicholls State University, Tim Rebo.
All right,
Timmy, thanks so much for joining us. Bob and I talk about this all the time. You see changes in college football, but one thing stays the same. Man, if you're not excellent at the quarterback position, you got issues because they can mask a lot of deficiencies. I look at LSU, the biggest change, Jaden Daniels, what he's done for that football team. USC, Caleb Williams, he flips the field, so to speak. And so you had some issues at the quarterback spot. There were other issues on the football team, but man, for me, for Nicholls or anybody else, if you don't have that guy that can turn the car over, engine over, you're in trouble.
Well, Coach Rebo, okay, I'm looking at Incarnate Word where they're at, and you look at their quarterback situation. Did we not pay him enough money to keep him in town? Come on, Les.
Listen, you said I came with Harvey Sharp today. I want to let you know. And Lester said, when you said about the money, he said the check's in the mail. I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, will it clear?
You better drop it to see if it bounces.
Like you said it, and I've been doing this a long time. Whatever level you're at, if you got an experienced quarterback coming back, you have a chance to win some games.
Yep.
And we didn't get great quarterback play. We did some things that didn't help them along the way. We dropped some balls and some things, but you got to have a guy that can pull the trigger.
Looking into Southland and to see kind of the reload that happened at Southeastern with Selfo. I remember going to a game. I was on the sidelines with your brother. Man, y'all absolutely swamped them that day. And so Frank says, listen, come see me after the game. You guys beat them, what, it was like 48-10 or whatever. After the game, he waved me off. You don't need to come see me. It's over. But how he was able to do that at Southeastern, and you guys sort of mirror image one another, program-wise.
Yeah, he's done a good job, and I say the same thing. Cephas Johnson was a guy that stepped in from this year.
Yeah.
That took over for Cole Kelly last year, so they had good quarterback play and some weapons. It was a close game, that one, 17-17, late in the first half, and the ball doesn't bounce our way like it did all year. So, but congratulations to him. They're having a good year. And
they're moving on.
Now they play Sanford, and we'll see how that works out.
Now, Coach Rebo, isn't that good, though, for the conference that whoever's representing, that they have success? In other words, they beat Idaho, they beat the Vandals, and now they got to go at Sanford. So to me, that's a good thing because you look at the instability now. Okay, like Lamar, who's in, who's out?
Right.
Who's in the conference, who's not in the conference? I think you need that stability.
So Chris Grant is the new commissioner that came in, and good friends with JT, our athletic director, and I think he's done a fantastic job. The Southland Conference was in trouble just over a year ago, where we didn't know who was in and who was out. We have stability, and now we are one of the stronger conferences around, and I want to see our teams have success along the way.
Coach, how you handle the transfer portal situation? Because, man, that's like over 1,000 kids there. Okay, and some of them got no place to go at this point. How much time do you guys spend on that? Maybe local players or people from Mississippi or Texas that you had some familiarity with, that early signing period, maybe you'd like to try to get them to come to Nicholls?
And, along those lines, Coach Rebo, do you got to hire someone just to handle that? I mean,
well, we don't have enough staff to do that. We do have to do that, but we're always looking. Even before, we always kept up with the local players and see where they're going if they want to come back home. But we're not majoring in the transfer portal. We're going to stick with the high school recruiting. I think there's a lot of good players in this area. We'll dabble a little bit in the junior colleges and try to fill some needs for us. But the transfer portal now, the guys are leaving LSU and going to UL, or they're leaving there and going to Louisiana Tech.
Right.
Not so much coming down to us. So we got to be very, very selective. Of course, if you got a game changer, we always looking.
Now, but all those kids there that have no place to go, that's the most troubling thing for me. Okay, you're going to leave a school and then you
get nothing.
You get nothing out of it. I don't get it. You got to have a plan.
I mean, they're giving some bad advice to these guys, and I don't know how the NCAA thinks this is a good idea.
Well, the thing is, they're mamas and daddies and all. You got to tell a kid things aren't always going to work out your way. You got to handle adversity. How about you fight? Not everybody's a stud from the get-go. You might have to develop. And how can you weather the storm and compete? What's wrong with competition?
And the hard thing is to
kids don't have
find
a coping skills.
No,
today.
I agree
They
with
can't cope
I agree with
very
that.
much.
To find another Chase Fourcade Sully Lesh, those are difficult guys to
Yeah,
replace in
and
the
here's
program.
the tough part, too. We recruiting these guys. They come to us. We do a good job for 2 years, and I got to keep recruiting your own team.
Yes.
And
your own
that's
team.
very, very difficult to do.
Coach,
A limited budget, actually, under the circumstances.
Coach,
That's the
thanks so
problem.
much,
Money
man. We
becomes-
really appreciate it, and best of luck to you. The early signing period's what, in
December 21st. December 21st,
And
yeah.
so, man, that's right around the corner for you guys.
Absolutely.
So for next year, we're going to hold the spot open for you, Tim.
Yeah,
But, it all
Tim,
depends.
yeah.
It's depending.
Hey, Coach Rebo, I like the look. You kind of look like you look very James Bond-like. You like Stan.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, Harry McCullough with a live studio guest as Sports on the Bayou continues.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford and Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, and I'm going to throw it to H. H, got the special guest and top coach in the area right here with us.
Yeah,
Coach
you're
Lassane.
right.
I don't want to jinx him and be on the sidelines.
Well, don't.
Because the last time, no, I went like 9 or 10 games. They win, and then they lose the last one. So I said, Coach, you're by yourself.
You're on your own.
Yeah, Mike can stay away.
Hey, look, semifinals is a pretty familiar spot for these guys. 3 years in a row they're in the semifinals. Actually made the final 2 last year, hoping to make at least the final 2 this year as well. Kyle Lassane is the coach of the Edie White Cardinals. And, Coach, it was almost Tebow-esque last year after you lost in the championship to U-High, and I don't want to bring that up. But I know a lot of people were affected and really were inspired by the way your post-game talk after last year. Probably people still playing it back to you, huh?
Yeah, that's from the heart.
Yeah.
I just, I love where I'm at. I love the kids that we play with. I love the culture that we have created at Edie White. It's just a great place to be, great place to play. You got some great kids. They move on and do great things. So really, really happy with where the program is, and that's what that was about. It had nothing to do with any disrespect to anybody.
I know. You say it's a great place to play. It's also a place that has great play. And you guys, like say, 3 in a row. What a team. You've been invited now to a Lafayette Invitational, right? So you get a district over there in Lafayette. So you're going to take on St. Thomas More. Turlings and Lafayette Christian are be on the other side of the bracket. They're all in the same district.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about it this year?
Yeah, for St. Thomas More to go 5-0 in that district says something. Toughest district in the state, no question about it. And we're the 3A team. So they threw us in with some 4A teams, and we're happy to be there. I think the matchup is, it is what it is right now in the semifinals. Everybody's going to be good. Everybody's playing well. We've overcome a lot of things this season that maybe we didn't necessarily have last year. Some injuries. We go out to practice sometimes, and we don't even know who our free safety is or who our secondary is. offensive linemen pretty much have a Monday, Tuesday day off contract now, just because
Veterans Day off.
we're just so beat up. But you know, those guys come to play on Friday. Hopefully, we'll be just about as healthy as we can be on Friday. You know, without our quarterback, Jake Sternfeld.
I was about to say, so Jake goes out about 5 weeks ago, and you get a guy, Ben Gidry, steps in, and your offense is almost taken off.
I think that's because of the way we practice. I told Grant that, you know, everybody gets reps. And, you know, when Ben, Jake actually tore his ACL with 5 minutes left to practice on a Thursday. So my principal said,
on a Thursday.
The principal said, just end practice 5 minutes earlier. So, but you know, it was a scary thing. You got a sophomore who hadn't taken a snap, and then during the game, his helmet comes off, and I look around and thinking like, Grant, do we have somebody to take a snap? And it's a freshman. And I was nervous, but I told Grant, we do this every day, man. He takes snaps with our starting center every day. Let him get in there and take a snap. So that's kind of what the philosophy has been. It is next man up. Actually, Ben's a pretty good player too, so he stepped in and played well.
No, really good. So you got a couple of coaches with you here. You want to introduce those guys?
Yeah, I got Gavin Clements. Gavin's coming to us, coaching some offensive line for me, coming from Arkansas, Monticello.
Yeah. A big Clements playing there.
Yeah, we if you look at Gavin's hair right now, it was much more mullety when he got to us. I think it's a requirement if you play in Arkansas, you have to have a mullet. So, we're trying to get rid of that.
John Daly look.
Yeah, and then Lenny Young. Lenny Young's been with us for a while.
Right, Lenny.
Look, Lenny can make a lot of money if he patented the bird food chant. If you come to our games, you'll hear our kids chanting bird food, but that was Lenny. Lenny started getting caps with bird food and shirts and all this other stuff. He's gonna be a millionaire one day.
Bird food swag. Hey, so let's talk about specifically about this matchup, St. Thomas More. They don't have Walker Howard this year. They don't have whoever else. They've had a run of quarterbacks through there. What's the key to this team?
We got to control the ball just like last year. They got a lot of kids back. Probably a little better football team than they were last year, even without Walker. More balanced on offense, definitely.
Yeah, no, they got a program too. So this will be the battle of two great programs. So, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Best of luck.
Thank you, man.
All right,
appreciate it.
All right, it's Coach Kyle Lassang. We'll be right back with more Sports on the Bayou after this.
Coming up, Dr. Pat gets to ask his question of the week, as Sports on the Bayou is right around the corner.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin and Bork has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
If your child is suffering from recurrent croupy cough, bronchitis, reactive airway, or persistent asthma that's difficult to control, please listen carefully. Your child may be suffering from adenoid sinus bronchial asthma syndrome, as we now know that undetected or uncontrolled infection in the upper airway can affect the lower respiratory tract. If this is happening to your child, please call us for an evaluation.
Sports on the Bayou's corporate sponsors are South Louisiana Bank, Terrebonne General Health Systems Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, BioPure along with BCG Services. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou is Dr. Pat's segment.
Asking all the questions. Asking all the questions. While you asking all the questions, making statements.
Doc, you got it, brother.
All right, a lot of excitement in the room. I'm just so proud of Kyle and his whole program that he started since he came back. Semifinals, finals, and back in the semifinals again. But he also said something that touched my heart, is that he's trying to build winners in life. Their coaching staff's trying to build winners in life. And if you look at what these kids go on to do in the future with their lives, a lot of it comes from the Edie White football team and athletic program. And
Just the way they put it on the bigger things in life than just like Joe Paterno.
Well, you know, and that makes better football players. So the kids with character, the kids that understand it, they understand what a teammate is. They understand the dedication. I mean, I don't know why it's such a big mystery to have that done. I mean, it's the way you raise great players.
And it's your first real job in life.
I mean,
it's your first real. You got to learn how to work with one another, take orders.
You go from you're losing to A&M, but winning the SEC championship is a pretty big deal.
Yes.
If you can do it. And last year, Georgia was the favorite, lost to Bama. And in the past, LSU's gone up there with as an underdog and won. So how does the Coach Kelly get his kids ready to play this week?
Well, you have to be once having clear what happened against A&M. Obviously disappointed because that'd be a great opportunity to be possibly in the postseason, to go to the playoffs. But I think that's a big feather in your cap if you can win an SEC championship, considering how highly competitive the SEC is. And LSU has done this before. I think my dad took T-Bob, it was in 2001 or 2 when they beat Tennessee. They were like a 2-touchdown underdog. And boy, T-Bob to this day tells me, Dad, you know what, when Papa brought me in Atlanta to that LSU-Tennessee game, that was 2 decades ago, one of the best experiences I ever had. My dad talking smack to all these Tennessee fans. Now, at the beginning, the Tennessee fans were giving them the business. And my dad was like saying, say something now when the game was all said and done. But, yeah, so you're going to have, listen, you can shock the world. Georgia might have a little bit of a letdown. What I mean by that, even if Georgia loses,
they're
in the playoffs. They're in the postseason. So that's why when you look at it, what's going to occur, all I know is hard to score against Georgia, though. In this day and age, Mike, they're giving up like 11 points a game. Now, that.
And
come on.
under 200 yards passing.
Yes.
And
yeah,
so that is going to be the measure. The thing, Bobby always brings up this bend but not break defense. That's not Georgia. They break you, and then they bend you over their leg, and they spank you.
Yeah.
Because they come a lot of different ways at you, never give you the same look. This is going to be on the back of Jaden Daniels. Because they're not going to give you a lot of avenues for the big play, but it's going to give you avenues that if you blitz and you miss Daniels, then he can take off and run downfield.
It's going to be Jaden Daniels has to have an Alabama-type game.
Right. And Georgia's going to have to help.
Yeah, maybe Georgia turned over and LSU's like +1 or +2. No, it can happen, but it'll be interesting to see where LSU ends up. Sugar Bowl, Citrus Bowl, depending on if they win or lose. But I would just think the Sugar Bowl, even though it's attractive to always have LSU in your backyard, come on, I think the Sugar Bowl likes money.
Yeah.
They would rather LSU not come to New Orleans because your hotels and all that stuff.
Answer the question, though.
3-night hotel.
Yeah.
Dr. Pat, I think Kelly's going to have them ready to play.
I do.
I think you're right,
I think he's proven that throughout the year, through the adversity, starting out slow, and he got those guys on board. I think he's going to have them ready to play. Whether they win or not, that's going to be up to a lot of
But I think they keep it within the 17 and a
definitely
half.
take the 17.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points in today's world.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc. We appreciate it. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
And right after the break, Stan Gravois takes a look at key high school football games on Sports on the Bayou.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Whether it's your home or your business, Bayou Pure specializes in disinfection application, along with water, fire, mold damage cleanup. Call Bayou Pure today to get your free consultation at 985-322-3003.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high-quality results. Call for a free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, and St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, Stan Gravois does a great job each and every week covering the high school scene. We'll throw it to Stan, and also I think he's got a little special feature right after that high school segment.
Hi everybody, welcome to Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute's weekly high school football report. It was quarterfinal action last week. We had E.D. White, we had Berwick, Patterson, Destrehan, and St. James all in action. We're going to let you know who's moving on to the semifinal.
E.D. White used some big runs by their slot backs to get into scoring position against Kennedy, pulling away in this game in the second quarter. Andrew Dewey on the run here to the right, and Matthew Melanson on this nice run to the left. And it was a tough running by both Cardinal fullbacks as they scored multiple times. Both junior Jeffrey Dietrich and senior Owen Thibodeau had tough runs, especially when they were in close to the goal line. The Cardinals methodically pull away from JFK in this one. The final score at Pelche Stadium, E.D. White 42, John F. Kennedy 20. Unfortunately, Berwick's magical season comes to an end on Friday night. Although the Panthers scored first against traditional power Amite, the Warriors were just too tough in this one. Amite wins at 42-14. Berwick nothing to hold their heads down about. This was their furthest run in the playoffs since 1964. And Patterson could do nothing to slow down Louisiana's all-time leading rusher. Trey Holly of Union Parish had a big day as he ran through and around the Lumberjacks. As Union Parish goes on to advance, they win it easily 38-14. St. James will be moving on in the Division III non-select bracket. They defeat Avoyelles easily. Next opponent will be Manny, the number 1 seed in Manny. 4 weeks ago, Destrehan defeated East St. John 48-7 in the regular season. But on Friday night, they had to withstand a missed 2-point conversion by East St. John with a little over a minute left to advance in the Division I non-select bracket. They'll be taking on Westgate this week in the semifinals. So, our lone Bayou Region team left in the playoffs, E.D. White will take on St. Thomas More in a repeat of last year's semifinal showdown, except this year it'll be in Lafayette. If you can't make it out to Cougar Field, make sure to tune in or stream in to the Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute Game of the Week on 97.7 FM. We'll be there to bring you all the action. And with a little time left in the segment, how about another Did You Know? I'm sure you knew that Bobby quarterbacked the winning 1977 South Lafourche High School 4A state championship team, that he had a terrific career over at Northwestern State in Natchitoches. And you probably knew he was among the greatest quarterbacks in the USFL's short history, as he led the Michigan Panthers to the 1983 championship, and he's the USFL's all-time leader in passing yardage. And I'm sure you know that he's a Saints Hall of Famer who led the franchise to the 91 and 92 playoff, and that after leaving New Orleans, he was a Pro Bowler with Atlanta in 93. And he came back to New Orleans after football retirement to become the father of the Houdat Nation. But what you may not know is that Bobby was an eyelash away from becoming a Seattle Seahawk. That's right. If it were not for a phone call from then Governor Edwin Edwards and Senator Leonard Jobert to Saints owner Tom Benson, the father of our Houdat Nation would have never been, as he would have moved on from the USFL to the Seahawks organization. So, did you know?
You know what? Hey, man.
All right,
maybe they would have paid you instead of the Saints.
No, the Saints paid him good.
No, they weren't going to pay me. Seattle's going to give me $2 million for 4 years, $500,000 signing bonus. And Joe Montana at the time had a $785,000 signing bonus. All of a sudden, I'm going to negotiate. Mr. Benson flies me to San Antonio. I'm at a car dealership. And they said, well, we're going to give you a $750,000 signing bonus. I'm like, what? I said, that's $250,000 more. I'm only 25 years old. That's $250,000 more than the Seahawks.
You figured that out.
And then all of a sudden, my agent...
He's adding you.
So wait, my agent says, no, that's not enough. And I'm like, never want to let him see you sweat. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I got to go to the bathroom. So I remember I walked out. Now, you got to imagine, my agent looked like a cross between Gene Wilder and Barry Manilow. I mean,
Who was your agent?
he was Greg Campbell.
Greg Campbell.
He was
Campbell,
Howie
yeah.
Long, Lyle
Yeah,
Zato's
right.
agent. And so all of a sudden they call me back in a half an hour later. I got a $1.2 million signing bonus. Largest in NFL history. All of a sudden I got this check. I don't know what to do with it. I put it in my back pocket. And all of a sudden, and I'm telling my dad, no social media. I'm telling my dad they fly me back from San Antonio to Ruston at Louisiana Tech because we have training camp. So I'm at the Holiday Inn and I'm going to check into camp the next morning. I said, Dad, watch the news. I'm telling you, you won't believe it. I have a check in my hand for $1.2 million. He goes, no way, no way. My dad's going like, what? No way. I go, yes. The dad is like, you hit the lottery. So, and then I had the record for about 5 months. Then you had Dan Marino, Eric Dickerson. They say, well, who's this Hebrew guy from the USFL? and they got $2 million signing bonuses.
Bobby got some great stories. One of the stories he can't tell is his dad actually hung up the phone when the governor called him.
Yeah.
But that's for another
that thing's
day.
like a prank call. Like, what? The governor? Why is the governor calling
We'll
me?
be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up on Sports on the Bayou, we'll put the naming sponsors against the host in picking the scores of the games this week. Who'll be the closest? We'll see if the sponsors can beat the experts as Sports on the Bayou continues.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Terrebonne General Health System, where medical science meets the art of caring, is committed to providing the latest advances in medical technology with a gentle, caring touch. This is evident in our high-tech, high-touch approach to healthcare. As a trusted healthcare resource, we deliver both life-saving, compassionate inpatient services and life-changing preventive care, while also providing wellness needs and outreach throughout the Bayou region. To learn about how Terrebonne General is providing innovative healthcare solutions, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you and Bobby.
All right, we got Bobby Arsenault with us, very knowledgeable about sports, so we're gonna interject him here. So here's last week's winners. Debbie Cox-DeNova picked the 49ers 24-7.
Yeah. Who's giving Debbie all this advice?
No.
Are you Martin? You giving it that advice?
Thank you very much. I do get a little credit. For
okay,
that.
all right, okay.
Yeah, I don't get credit for the other things. All right, here we go.
No winner.
No winner. Wow.
Everybody picked that.
Everybody's on that LSU bandwagon.
Harry, does that look familiar? Hello.
Hey.
To the boom. All right, next up. All right. Here's the standings. Look, Stan's still at the top, Bobby.
Yeah, that's where he belongs, I think, huh?
Yeah,
Stan's a professional.
And then look at Debbie sneaking up. Debbie's at 4. Dr. Pat's at 4. I'm at 4.
Wow. Dr. Pat, a lot of wisdom.
I've moved.
Alford & Associates and Harry Priscilla. You got to have a little group meeting over there.
Harry.
I'm serious. Tony's making too many trips to Kansas. Y'all got to put this back in order. All right, here we go. Next up. All right, Bobby, here's your picks this week. Stan, what's he at?
I'm staying on the Saints bandwagon, hopefully. I'm just that's a wishful game. So I'm just hoping.
Boy, you looking at the spread on that Georgia LSU game.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's
without a doubt.
And look, Tulane. You got Tulane winning.
Yeah, I got Tulane. Listen, the defense got to come to play. The last time they played Central Florida.
Plumlee was the guy he put to the field for.
Tulane scored enough points. Their defense got to do something.
Couldn't stop it.
I think they will.
All right, next up, Rich. Got Tampa Bay over the Saints. Got Georgia over LSU. He's got Tulane too, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tulane's looking pretty good this year.
Oh, Tulane's going to win.
All right. Oh, Tulane's going to win. That's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
They may play
Bobby
Penn
said
State in
Tulane's gonna
the Cotton Bowl if they do. That's what the rumor is.
Wow.
You know, if you're in town and the weather's nice, this is a game to go to.
But your dad's keeping an eye on you, Bobby.
My dad's like, hell, Tulane.
All right, here we go. Next up, Mike Detillier. You got Tampa over the Saints. Ooh, tight one, Georgia. That tight game. And you got Tulane too, so That's a pretty tight score in that Georgia game.
That's some
all right?
entertaining games, Mike, right?
I got the Saints over Tampa Bay.
I like that, Martin.
They're going to push it.
You're not off the bandwagon.
Now look at
yet.
the next score. Look at the next score.
Oh, that's even better, huh?
LSU's going to win the game. You heard it right here. Bayou Cane, LSU's going to win the game.
Hold it from the prophet.
All right? Get the hoses ready. We're going to spray the town once it's over with.
Martin, stick to two.
All right, who I got? Tulane? I got Tulane over the Knights.
Yep.
All right. Mark that down, Bobby. All right, next up. Harry McCullough at Tampa Bay. Well, he likes Tampa
I like
Bay.
that score.
He used to be in the Bay Area. All right, so Georgia over LSU. He's got Tulane by 1. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're going to see if you can come up from that cell over
W's
there.
a W.
All right, next. Stan's got
Can I trust Stan? What is Stan?
Tampa
say?
Bay over.
I don't like that.
Georgia, he's got a little runaway here.
Oh, that can happen.
And look, Bobby, Tulane. Tulane's getting a lot of pub on this show.
I'm telling you, like Bobby says, a great place to watch a game. Great stadium.
Because you're close,
not
you're
a
on
bad
top.
seat.
No, you're right. Really
Not a
is.
bad seat. And boy, think about this. Tulane can come away with a win. They're going to be in Jerry's Road going to the Cotton Bowl. Boy, talk about a big feather in their cap.
That is
Right,
big.
that is big. All right, Debbie's got Tampa Bay over the Saints, Georgia over LSU, and she's got Tulane over the Knights. So Tulane's running the table here. Dr. Pat, let's see what Dr. Pat had. Tampa over the Saints, LSU. Oh, you had to match me on that.
He
so I
copied
can't be
you,
the only
Mark.
one. God.
He's trying to
And
get
then
a
Tulane.
W somewhere.
Yeah, I got you. All right. And he's got Tulane winning too. All right.
I
let's
think
move on.
everybody picked Tulane, right? I think
Alford and Associates. Let's see if they're going to pull out of this cellar. They got the Saints over Tampa Bay. I agree with that. They got LSU over Georgia.
Oh, Martin, they on your bandwagon.
Yeah, that's 3 picks. And they got Tulane. I think we're all together on this one this week. I think they're going to win this week, at least one. St. Martin and Bork. They got Tampa Bay. They got Georgia. And they got Tulane.
I think
So,
nobody picked Central Florida, so good for
No,
Tulane.
nobody. Rouse's official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints.
They got to pick.
They have the Saints, obviously. They have LSU 28-20. That's 4 people picking LSU. It's going to happen, Bayou Cane. It's going to happen.
But Rouse's has to be an automatic pick. They got to pick the
right.
Saints or LSU all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they have to. Come on.
if LSU wins, the croutons go on sale next week. Half price. All right. Great show. Mr. Jerry, you doing all right there? How's it feel sitting around Bayou Cane all show long?
Hey, it's just, so Martin, why didn't Chuck show up? Well, where's Chuck? He's so worried about TCU if they're going to get in or not
I think
in the playoffs.
he has a little nervous streak about it right now.
Okay, yeah. He's like, come on, Horned Frogs. He's like, come on, can we make that Final
He was
Four?
busy paying a tuition check for his son who goes to the school. So he's all right, Mike.
All
You
right.
got-
Thank you, Martin. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
That's it for Sports on the Bayou. Please visit us at HTV10 Facebook and HTV10 YouTube for a look at this week's show. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time.